Today we are going to learn the best donut recipe which will make super soft, amazingly fluffy and melt in mouth donuts. This is the only donut recipe you will ever need. So let's get started. So to make the dough, we will use all-purpose flour or maida. Add some sugar. Add some salt. Some nutmeg. And then yeast. So now we'll mix all the ingredients together and we'll put a paddle attachment into the stand mixer and then mix the dough. Now we'll add some oil, 2 egg yolks, some boiled and cooled full cream milk. So the milk has been boiled, then cooled, and then it has become slightly warm. So you have to use a full cream milk. So now we'll be adding vanilla extract, pure vanilla extract. And now after mixing it, we'll just cover it with a plastic wrap and let it rest for 15 to 20 minutes. So now after 15 to 20 minutes, we'll remove the cover and then we'll put the kneading dough hook on the stand mixer and we'll knead the dough for 5 to 7 minutes till the dough becomes stretchable and non-sticky. And also when it should pass the window pane test, that is when we stretch the dough, it should stretch properly and not break in between like this. So there should be no holes in between. So this is a very properly kneaded dough. This is the structure of the dough which we want. So now we'll take the dough out on a countertop and we'll knead it for 2 minutes so that the top becomes smooth, and we will just tuck the dough and form it into a smooth bowl. Now we'll oil the container and the dough and put it inside, and we'll cover it with a cling wrap or a plastic sheet, and then we will let it proof for 1 to 1.5 hours depending on the weather of your area, and the dough should double in size. So now the dough has almost doubled in size. We'll take out the dough on the counter and we'll roll the dough using a rolling pin into a thick layer of dough. So the dough should not be thin and it should be of approximately 1/2 inch to 1/3 inch of thickness. So we'll take a ruler and we can measure the thickness like this, and it has to be a fairly thick dough, otherwise the donuts will not fluff up properly. So we'll take some dry flour and we'll take 2 cookie cutters. So one is a round cookie cutter and small cookie cutter in between. You can also take a donut cutter. So we'll be placing these cutters like this. So now what we'll do is we'll take the dry flour, we'll dip this cookie cutter into the dry flour so that when we cut the dough, it doesn't stick to the cookie cutter. So you will see that it passes and cuts very beautifully like this. And now we'll take the small cutter and we'll cut in between. Now we will use this donut hole also, and we will fry it like that only. It tastes very nice and it looks very cute, and they look very cute, very small donut holes, and they look very tasty, and they taste also very nice. So they puff up very beautifully. So I keep these donut holes as it is. Otherwise you can just roll it again and make your donuts again. However, whenever we roll this flour dough the next time, so it will have slightly crooked texture. So the first batch will always be even and better. However, the crooked texture of the second batch also tastes very nice. So the donuts when fried will taste very nice. So see, I will place these donut on a tray lined with the parchment paper, and we'll keep some distance in between the doughs so that when they puff up, they don't stick to each other. Now once it has been done, we'll gather all the remaining dough and we'll roll it again, and then again cut the dough till we get the last donut. After that, we will cover the donuts with a plastic wrap and let it proof and let it double in size. So you will see noticeably they will they will puff up and they will double in size. So we will just keep it in a warm place so that it doubles in size. Now to give a beautiful texture to the donuts as we get in the top donut shops, we will be making a glaze. So we will be taking some powdered sugar, we'll add butter, some vanilla extract, and then we'll add 4 to 5 tablespoons of water in the first go, and when we'll mix the glaze. So I like to keep this glaze slightly runny, then only it gives a very thin coating to the donuts. If you like a thick coating to the donuts, then you can keep it thick, but I will just start with adding 4 to 5 tablespoons of water. You can even add milk into this instead of water. Now I have added water, so we can just mix it using a whisk, and you will see it forms a very smooth batter. So currently see, this is a slightly thicker batter. So now I will add more water to it, and I will make it into a very thin consistency of batter. We get the best texture of donuts by frying. So I prepare assembly line. So from the extreme left we have got the donuts, then I have prepared the oil which I have put it in a kadhai or in a pan. Then I have got the glaze, then I have put a sheet pan with a wired rack above it so that we can drain the excess glaze. So now we'll take a donut, we'll lift the donut very lightly and put it in the oil. We'll just let it fry for 5 to 10 seconds on one side, and then on the other side similarly. They can be fried like this, very lightly golden or very dark golden as per your choice, but fry it only once per side. Now we will drop this into the glaze directly, and using a chopstick. I use a chopstick. You can use skewer, or you can even do it using a spoon, but using a chopstick it helps to lift the donut very easily. So now we lift the donut like this and let the excess glaze fall off from the donut. Now we'll put this donut onto the wired rack and let it dry. We will now prepare the chocolate glaze which is a very characteristic, which we put on the top of the donut. So I have taken milk chocolate, dark chocolate and some cream. So I have melted it in microwave for 30 seconds to 1 minute, and now I will dip the donut into that chocolate like this, and see how beautiful shiny texture we have got. I will sprinkle some sprinklers on top of it of your choice and serve it warm, and it will taste amazingly soft, super fluffy and melt in your mouth. You will love this donuts, and I'm sure you will like it. So please do try the recipe and do tell me in comments how you liked it. So bye for now. See ya till next recipe. Bye bye.